we actually have a lot of casting news for the Legend of Zelda movie.
Yeah.
Out of nowhere, just randomly.
It's been pretty wild. In fact, there it is. Ganondorf has been cast in the Legend of Zelda.
I was so like wondering for quite some time who was going to play Ganondorf, and the fact that we finally got it, not through Nintendo, is so crazy. And honestly,
his nose not big enough. He has to wear a prosthetic.
Well, I was just about to lead into that. Like,
he's perfect,
I'm not mad about this. I just don't know what direction they're
X-Wing?
heading in. I don't know if they're going to do makeup. I don't know if they're going to do CGI. It's hard to tell or no.
Well,
Sorry, X-Wing's just saying, I think he's perfect.
But there's different versions of Ganondorf. That's the thing.
But it sounded really gay the way you said it. It's like, I think he's perfect.
That's all you, bro. That's not me. That's not me.
He's shirtless. His nose.
Have you
is
seen
perfect.
his nipples?
I think
apparently
this is a good casting for it.
I think this guy played like a young Rock in a movie or something like that.
And that was so
He
funny
did in
because
the-
I
in the
commented on
series.
Krista's post. I said, hey, it looks like a broccoli had Gen Z The Rock.
Not far off.
Not far off.
Yeah, he played him in the Young Rock series that they did.
Okay. So, but this is not the now. One of the surprises was this one right here.
Yeah.
Sam Neill's final film will be The
Yeah.
Legend of Zelda. That is a crazy announcement.
Dude.
I think he's gonna be the owl, bro. I hope he's the owl.
Really? I
The
think
owl?
it's the King of Hyrule
He's
or the
probably gonna be the
Deku
king of
Tree.
Hyrule.
He's
Yeah.
probably gonna.
But the
He's
owl
probably
makes
gonna be him,
sense,
yeah.
too.
Yeah.
That does make sense. I mean, yeah, it has to be someone really wise and great, right? I
Or
mean,
both.
Yeah.
It's either Zelda's
Or
dad
both.
or the owl.
Both.
Or the giant
but
tree.
it's crazy. I've seen some people like with different headlines. They're like, but he passed away. How is he in the movie? It's like, well, they just
his
wrapped
last
up.
movie.
Yeah. Some people don't
Yeah.
know that. They're like, I have news for you. And it's like,
They're
no, you
filming
got to
it right now at this very second.
right now. No, but I think this is also going to drive people to the theaters to go see, his last performance. Because
Depending on what it is, like if he's like the king, that's gonna be perfect.
well, hardcore fans, you never know. Like,
Yeah,
people that wanna
absolutely.
see-
Yeah.
He's Tingle.
So I'm
Tingle. I think
Oh,
Wizard
dude,
said
yes.
that. I was like, could you imagine the people, like the normies that have no idea who Tingle is? And it's like, you're watching this on
It's just
screen.
some midget in green spandex.
They're gonna be like, it's gone woke. It's gone woke.
Yeah. I can't wait for those headlines. My gosh.
No, there's gonna be plenty of them.
Krista, we got this one right here that you.
So yeah,
tweeted.
I've seen a couple of people actually say from the source exactly. They're unsure if it's true or not because of the same source that was
Daniel
talking about.
RPK is a 50-50. Half of the stuff he says is legit, and half of it is complete bullshit.
Sure.
So-
Well, let's just say this is true. I mean, great. I am not mad about this. This looks accurate. No complaints from me.
Yeah, no, not
I
at all.
mean, so
So
we're,
far, the
we're
casting's
getting
great.
We're getting into the lore.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
far the cast looks great. The fact that it's being filmed in New Zealand, I mean, that just shows some thought for care for this movie. Yeah, this was my post. This is where people were like, Sam Neill, but hey.
Yeah. So right
Now
now
this person,
Go
go ahedd. Sorry.
No, I was gonna say the casting right now so far looks
Great.
legit. It's really awesome. I have no issues with that whatsoever. We'll see how this develops. But one thing, when is this movie coming out, Krista?
April. Let me check.
Like
They
30th
they
or
changed the
close.
date
Okay,
like
it was on
3 times.
So
Next year.
that gives us some time frame. We still don't have a teaser.
April 30th.
Yeah.
No teaser.
We still don't have a teaser or anything. I think, and again, Nintendo being Nintendo, you never know what the hell they're going to do. But I would assume that we will have something for in-game and
Yes.
Dune 3. We're
Yes.
going to have a trailer that's going to be running in between those, before
That'd be
those.
rad.
Nintendo will probably have their own director drop this first.
That's
That
what I
is
was about
true
to say
too.
too. Nintendo's very Nintendo and is like, we're doing our own thing. We don't need the movie theaters. We don't need
Yeah.
Doomsday.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah,
We're
just like-
Nintendo.
September 7th, like at 4 a.m. They're just like, here's the teaser.
In
This
10
is
minutes.
Miyamoto. Here's
And you're
the
like,
teaser.
Yeah, and you're like, what?
you very much.
Yeah. So
Please take a look.
they were filming this in New Zealand, and so that's
yeah.
put a lot of expectations on it because of Lord of the
Yeah.
Rings and all
Yeah.
of that.
Comparisons, yeah.
I think this movie has a chance to be really awesome. I don't think comparing anything to Lord of the Rings is going to be beneficial because
Yeah, it's a bad idea.
No,
nothing will
nothing.
ever match Lord of the Rings.
Nope.
However, though, it's a good sign that they are filming in real locations like that so that you can capture the essence that way. So yeah, man, I'm excited for this movie. I can't wait.
I'm very excited, and honestly, like I've been predicting this since day one too. But I think no matter what, if this is good or bad, you're gonna have people upset because it's
on
not
the internet.
Oh, people are going to be upset because it's not their version of what they wanted. Either it was like Link speaking, or like Ganondorf, the way they don't like him, or whatever else. It's going to cause a lot of division. Yeah,
like,
it's going to
cause. If they do Hero the Wild and they put the Guardians and stuff like that, old fans are going to be pissed off because they want the Hero of Time, and then et cetera, et cetera.
All I know is a lot of videos will be made, a lot will be said on Twitter, and I'm going to be in the center of it, just cheering it on because I'm a shill.
Well, yeah, I mean, because like, look, the most popular version of Zelda is, the Breath of the Wild style. That's the most by a mile.
Yeah.
But within the fan base, you have the Ocarina of Times and the Link to the Past, Wind Waker, all of that. You have all these different versions where it's got this hardcore fan base, but from a general population standpoint, nothing is touching Breath of the Wild.
But
nothing.
What the images that we got like months back, there were already people complaining about the fact that Zelda has a bow, and it's like we already know through various games that she has a bow. We know that she has powers, and if you even watch like the cartoon from the 80s, she fights alongside Link with her bow. So a lot of normies are gonna pick this apart and say, well, this is woke and this is but look, I'm hoping that it's good. That's what I'm hoping for. I don't think it's going to be the greatest thing, like you guys mentioned, like Lord of the Rings. I don't think so. I mean, nothing is. But I just hope that it's good.
Somebody in chat says Jeremy is completely wrong. What am I wrong about? It is an objective fact that the Breath of the Wild Zelda is the most popular Zelda ever made.
Based on sales alone.
Based off sales. Because when it comes to like fandom and love, most people will say Ocarina of Time.
Yes.
But I guess what Jeremy's trying to get at here is like
there's some recency bias.
The popularity of sales.
The other thing is,
Jeremy.
Krista, when they leaked the first look at Link,
there it is.
Wasn't it the Twilight Princess costume?
Yep.
It's like a
not like a blend.
Kinda like people were comparing like the different like outfits, like his tunic and stuff, and they were saying like, oh, it resembles more of Twilight Princess. But
he
I
looks
think
Twilight Princess. She looks Breath of the Wild.
That's the thing. So I think this is just my theory on it. I think this story is going to be an original, but one that we already know, kind of like obviously Ganondorf's bad and they're good, whatever. But I think there's going to be a lot of Easter eggs to it throughout different games. That's what I think personally.
Especially Ocarina of Time.
Yes.
If they move away from the Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom stuff, it's gonna be Ocarina of Time because look, it's there's the remake, and that the remake's probably a sign that something like from that game is gonna be on the movie. It's other than the Breath of the Wild stuff. It's the most popular one.
If I had to guess what they're going to do, and I'm going to be totally fine with this, is when he like finds out he's the hero, there's always that like great awakening moment, right? They're going to tell him the story of the other heroes. So we'll hear about the Hero of Time, and we'll hear about this other hero and stuff like that. I
have a question for you guys on the panel and even in the chat. So 2 different questions. Do you think Link will speak, and do you think he should speak?
He will speak.
Yes.
He will speak. Based off of his performance in House of the Dragon, he will be speaking.
Yeah. So and do you think he should speak?
That's actually, I want to follow up with Phil here in a minute about that because I haven't watched the House of the Dragon. I'd like to know how his performance is, but we'll follow up on that in a minute. But
really
go ahead, Krista.
No, it was just 2 questions. So it's like, do you think he will speak, or do you think he should speak, though?
He will speak. And as far as should, I think he should in a very, 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 very limited capacity. Like it needs to be like when he speaks, quiet. It matters.
Yeah.
Like you want to, if he starts, yapping like a fucking woman and he won't shut the fuck up, that's going to be a problem.
That's where Navi comes in.
So
there are ways to write that in. There are ways to incorporate that into the story. Like either he's very shy and you incorporate that into the character arc. Like he has to overcome some sort of numbness or like shyness or
You just
something
do
like
do
that.
the Wesley, the farm boy, as you wish, right?
Well,
Like,
may I
the
say
quiet guy.
something? So you guys do know though that if he's not the one speaking much, it's going to be Zelda speaking for him.
Like,
she does
like
in the games,
like in
right?
the games.
It'll be woke.
I was waiting
You
for
know
that.
what Link said
That
in
guy
the
had
games
no lines.
through Zelda.
They said woke. They wouldn't let the man speak.
Yeah, I mean, we've seen silent protagonists done well throughout the history of film.
Yeah,
so
I think it might be like sort of like Ansel Elgort, which is the guy who played Baby Driver. He barely spoke in that movie. The movie was great.
actually,
Right? I think it can be something like that. It's sort of like a man of not many words or whatever.
And a
like
few
what Bearder would
words,
say.
yeah.
Yeah, like it's sort of like when Kratos talks, like it means a lot.
I
Yeah.
brought this up before. I'm gonna bring up a movie that I am not a fan of, and that is the G.I. Joe live action movies. But Snake Eyes, who was played by Ray Park in those movies, is phenomenal.
Best
And
part
as
of
much
those movies.
as much as I have problems with a lot of those movies, I don't have a problem with Snake Eyes or Storm Shadow. And there are moments in that movie where Snake Eyes actually has emotional moments, but he's never speaking, and it's because of the way that it's portrayed. You can get emotion from someone that's not speaking. If you
It's
have the
called
right actor,
acting.
if you have the right actor
Yeah.
and you have the right direction, you can absolutely crush that. So the people that are interested, at least the hardcore fan base, they are going to understand that. It's the normies that you have to worry about, like how are they gonna connect with a
Well,
character that doesn't speak? And that's a very,
yeah.
very
I
tough
think-
balancing act.
through
I
good
think
writing.
they should film it. I think they should film it like Legend, because when I was growing up, I always thought it was like Legend of Zelda, the original Ridley Scott
Legend
movie.
is very Zelda.
Yeah,
Very
it's
Zelda.
it was so cool, and you wish like, okay, I wish we had something like that someday. But
Mm.
I think by the shots of Zelda and Link, I think they will do that. It looks like they're going with that really high fantasy look, and it gets me excited. Yeah, I didn't play Ocarina of Time, but I played the early ones, and I definitely played Breath of the Wild. That was one of my favorite games. So
Let's go.
How long do you guys think it'll be? Like, are we thinking like an hour and a half, or 'cause
2 hours.
this is-
I'm thinking 2.
2 hours and 20 minutes is my
That
So
was
specific.
what I was gonna say.
I actually think it's
220.
going to be sub
220.
2 hours. I don't think it's even going to crack.
I don't
2.
think so.
Sub.
It's tough. I think
Nah.
these movies are going to be like Narnia, where it's
Fantasy
like not
movies.
for kids per
I-
se, like young kids, but like for young adults, maybe. You know,
I
Yeah,
would like
young
to
A.
believe that they'd swing that for that, but the way that they treated the Mario films and how quick they are,
Mhm.
I
Yeah.
definitely think that they're trying to say, like, they're trying to market going, like, we know what our audience is, and if we leave them wanting more, that's better than giving them too much. I wouldn't be
Those
surprised
are
if
also
movies-
animated.
I'm
though.
not sure this is a given because of the Mario movie, because it's a different audience. Sort of,
Also
Yeah.
different studio.
Right.
But
Yeah.
it's Nintendo, and they're the
Yeah.
ones that just started greenlighting this, and you know, I just would not be surprised if it's sub 2 hours, especially if it's a trilogy, and so they're like, hey, we're building up to something.
Is that
you know?
confirmed? That it's a
Yes and no. Like there was like some like reports saying that it's going to be a trilogy, but
Okay.
yeah.
I'm sure they're probably waiting to gauge the success.
it would make more sense for a trilogy though.
This
Yeah.
movie, if this movie doesn't
It's
make
gonna
$1
be
billion,
successful.
I would be legitimately shocked.
Yeah.
It's going to be successful.
I think it's going to be a little longer, dude, especially
Really?
the first
Like
one.
3 hours or
No.
No, I think
I'm
it's gonna be
thinking
over 2.
around that 2 hour mark. Yeah, just
Okay.
over 2, especially if because they're going to have to do some establishing of like the world. If they've cast Hylia, they're going to have to go into the lore and stuff like that alongside the main plot of finding our hero. So
Do you think they'll like add their own sort of lore, like give some more insight about Link and his lineage and stuff like
Yeah, I
that?
think so.
Yeah.
Maybe his
Absolutely.
parents. You
Yes.
know,
Link's going to get some kind of backstory.
He's gonna have to get some
Yeah.
type of backstory.
if it's about
yeah.
him and you know,
So we need to talk about the person that is directing this movie, and that's Wes Ball.
yeah.
I don't know a lot about him. You know, what has he done? Like he's done.
He's
stuff.
done like a lot of the dark. He's done Maze Runner. He's done
Maze Runner, yep.
Planet of the Apes, the new one that
most
came
recent
out.
Planet of the
yeah.
Apes?
And they're good. I liked those movies. And it kind of gives you like that dark sort of fantasy feel,
He-
which is exactly what we want for this movie.
I think he's
That's
good
all
behind
he's
the camera.
done is the Maze Runner movies,
Mhm.
Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes, and now
I remember the
Zelda.
first Maze Runner.
But-
That's
the Maze
amazing
Runner
work, though.
movies.
That's all he's done. Oh God, wow.
I
Yeah.
mean,
I wonder what the rating's gonna be, like PG-13.
Yeah.
I actually,
What?
I think it might be
PG-13.
PG.
Yeah.
PG.
Yeah, I think they might be able to get away with it.
Hmm.
I'm just-
Mm.
I hope they don't do it too much for kids. You know,
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's why I'm thinking like it'll probably be like Narnia, like where it's like
Yeah.
I
guess
hope
was
not,
that-
because like the people who are really invested in those games are grown-ups today.
Well, I mean, kind of. There's also a lot of kids invested in them because of the two new
In
games.
Zelda?
Yeah.
Oh, but yeah.
Because of the new games for the Switch and Switch 2. I mean, they're
Absolutely,
invested in
yeah.
them now.
He really hasn't done a lot. I mean, he's only done.
He has a very meager. Yeah, that's
A what? A
legitimately
what?
surprising.
a what?
Okay.
Meager?
All right.
Oh,
Just
oh,
saying.
okay.
Just saying.
Wow.
With an M.
I
I
don't
will
have to
say-
be careful about how I talk.
That being said, regardless of your faults you have with the Maze Runner and their writing, his work behind the camera is pretty good.
Mm.
So
And it seems like he's a fan of like this, like the games and stuff. Like he knows his stuff. You know, when you watch his interviews about it. So that's good.
Well, if he's a fan, that's
always
that's
good.
huge. That's what
Yeah.
you want. Yeah.
There's just like it's Zelda itself is so dark. If you want to do it right with all
It's
the light,
dark.
you have to do the dark stuff, dude. Like Dead Hand, even if
Dark
you did like
fantasy,
if you
yeah.
did the
Yeah.
gloom and stuff like that, like some of that stuff
well-
is sketchy. Demise,
Dark
scary
Link,
stuff.
yeah.
absolutely. I mean, like I think if they were adapting like Twilight Princess, for example, I think that would be a PG-13 movie.
Mm.
No question.
I think PG-13 is what they're going to go with. I do think that like Mike brings up an interesting point about the Mario movies, because the Mario movies are very, very shallow and
Yes,
Yeah.
extremely
You know,
accessible.
Very bare bones.
It's also super expensive to animate, which is probably why they're keeping that short as opposed to shooting live on set.
yeah. I
Yep.
mean, like for instance, I mean,
Yep.
and I think it's a very strange decision that they decided to call the second one Super Mario Galaxy, because it has absolutely nothing to do
Nothing
with
to
Super Mario
do with it.
Galaxy.
Yeah.
Other than
There's a song
Rosalina,
in
right?
there.
Other than the
Rosalina,
Easter
like-
eggs, and
Yeah.
then Fox just appears.
Yeah, and so but yeah, so I think that they're gonna have to take a completely different approach to a live action Zelda film. They have to put some depth into it.
Yes.
They just have to.
Which is why they're
So-
probably going to do backstory related stuff with Link. I mean, that's a good way to do it. So
Yeah.
Mhm. I'm just happy that the cast is mainly like no names, you know, like
Yeah.
the
100%.
I'm like air quoting that, because obviously they've been in small things, but it's just
Right.
cool to not see Timothy Chalamet or Zendaya or you know
Pedro
Tom
Pascal,
Holland.
it's Ganondorf.
Yeah.
I know.
Well,
Yeah.
I think that's them. And again, we could all regret it in a month when they drop an announcement of Pedro Pascal or Zendaya.
As
playing. We
Tingle,
could,
yeah.
okay?
Jack Black
but-
as Tingle.
Exactly. But as it stands right now, the casting
great.
announcements that we have,
Thumbs up.
I couldn't ask for anything better, because I don't know who most of these people are. And that's all you want, because they're relying upon the name Legend of Zelda. They're not relying upon, having
Actors.
the latest actor and all
Yep.
this other bullshit. So
And that means they're going to act their faces off too, because like this is their
Oh,
big break. You know what I mean?
100%.
Yeah.
And on that
Regardless
point-
if this
go ahead.
movie is good or bad, this is going to kickstart their careers. Like the fact that that's Zelda and that's
Yeah.
Link. I mean, that's what they're always going to be known for.
Yeah.
Yeah,
In
they're
a sense.
typecasted forever.
Yeah.